Welcome to Latvia. Latvia is a Baltic country located in northern Europe, bordered by Estonia, Lithuania, Russia, and Belarus. The nation has a fascinating history, having been ruled by various powers before achieving independence. The nation gained its independence from the Soviet Union in 1991 and has since become a member of both NATO and the European Union. Riga, the capital and largest city, is famous for its well-preserved medieval old town and stunning Art Nouveau architecture. Latvians take great pride in their unique language, which belongs to the Baltic language family and is one of the oldest languages in Europe. The country's strong choral singing tradition is celebrated every 5 years at the UNESCO-recognized Song and Dance Festival. The nation boasts a beautiful Baltic coastline, dense forests, and a wealth of cultural traditions, including folk music and traditional crafts. Despite its small size, Latvia plays an active role in European politics and maintains a strong commitment to democratic values and human rights. Liktendarzs, as the Garden of Destiny, is a monumental landscape ensemble located in Koknese, Latvia. It lies near the ruins of Koknese Castle on an island in the Daugava River, which was formed after the construction of the Plavīnas hydroelectric power station in 1966. The project began in 2005 under the supervision of the Koknese Foundation, which was created that same year. Covering an area of 21 hectares, the site was designed to unite nature, memory, and national identity. The landscape concept was created by a Japanese architect known for his Zen-inspired designs. The implementation is managed by Latvian architect Andris Kronbergs and the Arhis Arhitekti firm. According to Masuno's vision, the main alley of the park aligns with the direction of the sunset on November 18th, Latvia's Independence Day. Liktendarzs serves as a symbolic place of remembrance for victims of Latvia's occupations during the 20th century. The circular memorial walls bear the names of thousands of Latvians who suffered under Soviet and German rule. The site combines spiritual reflection with natural beauty, inviting visitors to contemplate history in silence. Every stone and path is designed to represent both pain and hope. Now, before we move on to the next destination, here's a fun question for you. What is the name of Latvia's traditional midsummer festival? Comment your guess. Zakusala Island is a long, narrow island located in the middle of the Daugava River in Riga, Latvia. It was formed naturally, but reshaped during the 20th century as part of river engineering projects. The island is best known as the site of the Riga TV Tower, the tallest structure in the Baltic states. Surrounded by water, it offers peaceful views of the city skyline and the old town. Today, Zakusala is a quiet area combining nature, technology, and one of Riga's most recognizable landmarks. If you are watching this, please click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. At Victory Park, Riga's history is never static. It's a dynamic testament to the city's evolving story and multifaceted identity. The park was created in 1909 and named Petrovsky Park after Tsar Peter I to mark the bicentenary. The official opening ceremony of the park complex took place in the middle of 1910 in the presence of Tsar Nicholas II. Petrovsky Park was laid out on the left bank of the Daugava in the early 20th century, on the 200th anniversary of the annexation of Swedish Livonia with Riga to the Russian Empire. In 1923, the park was renamed Victory Park in honor of the Latvian victory in their War of Independence. The modern area of the park is 36.7 hectares, making it one of Riga's larger green spaces. Victory Park is located on the left bank of the Daugava, in the district of Agenskalns. The monument to the liberators of Soviet Latvia and Riga from the German fascist invaders was erected to commemorate the day the Red Army conquered the city from Nazi Germany. The sculptures were destroyed in 2023, marking the end of a controversial era in the park's history. The large Soviet war monument in the center of the park is surrounded by lush, open fields used for recreation. An active and sports zone covering an area was opened in Victory Park, concluding the second phase of the park's development and improvement. The park serves as a popular space for locals to enjoy outdoor activities, walking, and relaxation throughout the year. Even as its form changed with Latvia's turbulent history, the park's purpose never wavered, remaining a cornerstone of public life in the capital. Picture a charming town set among hills, forests, and the winding Gauja River, and you will find Sigulda, often called the Switzerland of Latvia. It is one of the most scenic destinations in the country. The town is famous for its medieval castles, including the castle of the Livonian Order and the romantic Turaida Castle. Visitors are drawn to the breathtaking landscapes of Gauja National Park, which surrounds the area with trails, cliffs, and caves. Sigulda is also a center for adventure sports, such as bobsledding, skiing, and hiking. In autumn, the town becomes especially beautiful, as the leaves paint the valley in golden colors. Tourists can enjoy panoramic views from the Sigulda cable car, which crosses the Gauja River. Cultural festivals and concerts often take place in Sigulda's open-air stages. History lovers appreciate the museums and exhibitions that tell stories of knights, dukes, and local traditions. Families can spend time at the nearby Sigulda Adventure Park, which offers zip lines and fun activities. Sigulda also has cozy restaurants serving Latvian dishes in a relaxed atmosphere. With good transport links, the town is easily reached from Riga in less than an hour. Hidden among the forests and sandstone cliffs of Gauja National Park lies the charming town of Ligatne. Known for its beautiful natural surroundings, it offers visitors a perfect mix of history and outdoor adventure. The town developed in the 19th century around a paper mill, which became one of the most important in Latvia. Many of the old wooden houses built for mill workers still stand today, giving Ligatne a cozy, historical atmosphere. The Ligatne nature trails nearby allow visitors to see native Latvian wildlife, such as deer, lynx, and bears. During the Soviet era, a secret underground bunker was built here for government officials, and it can still be visited. The surrounding landscapes are ideal for hiking, canoeing, and cycling. The Gauja River adds even more beauty, winding peacefully through the area. Discover the heart of Latvia in Ligatne, where lush nature, compelling history, and authentic traditions converge into a single, unforgettable visit. Rundale Palace is one of Latvia's most magnificent Baroque and Rococo architectural masterpieces. It was built in the 18th century as the summer residence of the Dukes of Courland. The palace was designed by the famous Italian architect Bartolomeo Rastrelli, who also created the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg. Located in southern Latvia, near the town of Bauska, it stands surrounded by vast gardens inspired by Versailles. Throughout history, the palace has witnessed wars, restoration, and changing rulers. Today, it functions as a museum, showcasing art, furniture, and royal lifestyle from the 18th century. Cultural events and classical music concerts are regularly held in its grand halls. Is attending a concert or festival at Rundale Palace something you'd love to try? Comment 1 if you've done it, 2 if it's on your wish list. A place where history flows as steadily as the water itself, the Daugava River has shaped Latvia's destiny for millennia. The Daugava is 630 miles in length, of which 219 miles flow through Latvia and 202 miles through Russia. The river rises in the Valdai Hills and flows in a great arc, south and southwest through Russia and Belarus, before turning northwest to cross Latvia. It discharges into the Gulf of Riga on the Baltic Sea. Sometimes it is called Latvia's River of Destiny due to its profound influence on the nation's development. In the medieval era, the Daugava River formed a vital segment of the Varangian Greek trade route, carrying northern furs south and Byzantine silver north. Beginning around the 6th century AD, Viking explorers crossed the Baltic Sea and entered the Daugava River, navigating upriver into the Baltic interior. For thousands of years, it served as an important route for local tribes, as well as for Vikings and European peoples who used it for trade and conquest. Sailors, barge haulers, boatmen, and rafters would use the river to transport a wide range of products. The river flows through several Latvian regions, including Latgale, Zemgale, and Vidzeme, connecting diverse landscapes and communities. Its waters have witnessed the rise and fall of empires, from German crusaders to Swedish rulers and Russian Tsars. The Daugava's strategic importance made it a focal point for both commerce and conflict throughout the centuries. Today, the river continues to serve as a vital ecological corridor and cultural symbol. The river valley microclimate offers the highest summer positive temperatures for the eastern area of Europe, creating unique environmental conditions. The Daugava River is a living symbol of the nation's resilience, an unbroken thread connecting its past to its present. Stretching an impressive 32 kilometers along the coast. Jurmala is one of the longest resort towns in Northern Europe. This unique city is sandwiched between the Gulf of Riga and the Liepaja River, featuring a 33-kilometer stretch of white sand beach. With a population of 56,646, Jurmala ranks as the fifth largest city in Latvia. Jurmala's reputation as a spa destination began in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, when wealthy landowners began the tradition of relaxing at the seaside. Russian army officers came here to rest after the Napoleonic Wars, returning later with their families. The city is well known for its natural resources, including curative mud, mineral waters, and pine forest. Today, Jurmala seamlessly combines natural beauty with architectural elegance, characterized by its unique wooden summer cottages and Art Nouveau villas. Majori Beach is one of the most popular beaches, located only 30 minutes from Riga city center. Summer concerts had been taking place in Dubulti since the 1840s, and in 1870 concerts began in Majori as well. The first concert of symphonic music in Jurmala took place in 1879, featuring Beethoven's Symphony No. 5 inches C minor. The city's main pedestrian street, Joma Street, offers numerous restaurants, cafes, and shops catering to tourists and locals alike. The population grew dramatically during the Soviet era. The city became a premier vacation destination for Soviet officials and elite, who built numerous sanatoriums and rest houses. Visitors still flock to Jurmala, Latvia's premier seaside resort, for its renowned therapeutic spas, lively cultural events, and beautiful, unspoiled beaches. Built in the 13th century by the Livonian Order, it is one of the oldest surviving castles in the Kurzeme region. During the 18th century, the castle was expanded, and from 1835 to 1841, it underwent a major reconstruction to become one of the first examples of Neo-Gothic architecture in Kurzeme. The building was partly burned during the Russian Revolution of 1905, but restoration followed soon after. Between 1906 and 1907, a household yard and a new tower were added, while the facade was remodeled with its Gothic forms preserved. For more than 4 centuries, Edole Castle served as the residence of the Baron von Baer family. It is considered an architectural and archaeological monument of national importance. Latvia's first and oldest national park was founded in 1973, marking a significant milestone in the nation's conservation efforts. The park stretches over more than 90,000 hectares, protecting the most beautiful section of the Gauja Valley along the Gauja River between Valmiera and Murjani. It is often referred to as the Switzerland of Latvia due to its picturesque landscapes and rolling terrain. The park aims to protect the unique natural values of the ancient valley of River Gauja and its surroundings, while at the same time providing both recreational and nature protection functions in the area. The origins of the ancient Gauja River Valley go back more than 350 million years, but its current ravine-ridden terrain was molded by the glacier meltwater at the end of the Ice Age. The Gauja, which is the longest river in Latvia at 452 kilometers, winds through the national park. The park's terrain is characterized by sandstone cliffs, deep ravines, caves, and lush forests, offering an idyllic, natural setting. There are around 900 species of plants, approximately 150 different species of birds, and 50 mammals in the park. Since 2004, Gauja National Park has been part of the Natura 2000 network as a territory designated for conservation of protected species and biotopes. Every year, thousands of visitors are drawn to the unique landscape, which features the largest Devonian rock outcrops, sandstone precipices, and caves. These natural formations, along with historic monuments, are intertwined with countless legends and stories. There are over 500 cultural and historical monuments in the territory of the park, including castle mounds, brick castles, churches, and manor houses. Reddish sandstone cliffs such as the Lastuzis Ridge and the Anfabrika Cliffs can be admired on the banks of the Ligatne River. Gauja National Park has a long history of tourism, with hiking in the Sigulda area, with walking sticks going back as far as the 19th century. The park combines natural beauty with cultural heritage, making it one of the most significant and visited protected areas in the Baltic region. We pull info from many sources. If you see something wrong or have more to share, drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. The Veckalsnava Lutheran Church is located in the Madona region of the Veckalsnava parish, not far from the Veckalsnava lake. Veckalsnava parish is an administrative unit of Madona municipality in the Vidzeme region of Latvia. Veckalsnava Manor has been known since the 14th century, indicating the long-established nature of settlement in this area. At present, only ruins of the church remain, yet these remnants continue to serve an important cultural and spiritual function. The church was first destroyed in 1643 during a turbulent period in Latvian history, marked by warfare and occupation. The construction of the current stone church was completed in 1835, representing the reconstruction efforts of the local Lutheran community. The church served the local parish community for over a century before falling into disrepair. Now the ruins of the church are used as a venue for worship, wedding ceremonies, and religious music concerts in the summer, breathing new life into the historic site. The location near Veckalsnava Lake adds to the scenic beauty of the ruins, creating an atmospheric setting for special events. Visitors can explore the remaining walls and architectural elements that hint at the church's former grandeur. The site represents an important part of Vidzem's ecclesiastical heritage and Lutheran tradition in Latvia. Transforming for modern use yet steadfast in cultural meaning, the Veckalsnava church ruins stand as a model for preserving heritage in today's world. The estate, known as Jaunmoku, was first mentioned in documents in 1544, indicating centuries of settlement at this location in the Kurzeme region. Jaunmoku Castle was built in 1901 as a hunting lodge and summer residence for the mayor of Riga, George Armitstead. The building is located outside the city of Tukums in the Kurzeme region. The neo-Gothic style structure with Art Nouveau elements was designed by architect Wilhelm Ludwig Nicholas Boxlaff. Jaunmoku Castle is a masterpiece of architecture in Latvia, designed in a combination of neo-Gothic style and modern elements. The complex includes a park with an area of 9.8 hectares and 6 buildings, a castle or manor house, a dairy farm, a stable, a barn, a carpentry workshop, and a smithy. During the wars of the 20th century, the castle was exploited as a military school, radio station, and hospital. Since 1991, the building has housed a woods and forestry museum, exhibiting the respective techniques and the history of forestry. The museum offers visitors insights into Latvia's rich forestry traditions and the importance of forest management throughout the nation's history. The castle's interior design reflects the typical style of hunting lodges from the early 20th century. Cesis Castle is one of the most iconic and best-preserved medieval castles in Latvia. Its foundations were laid more than 800 years ago by the Livonian Brothers of the Sword. The castle reached its peak of prosperity under the Teutonic Order, who transformed it into one of the main administrative and economic centers in Livonia. It also served as the residence of the Landmeister of the Teutonic Order in Livland. The first major destruction occurred during the Livonian War, when the forces of Ivan the Terrible besieged the fortress. In the tragic siege of 1577, about 300 people inside the castle took their own lives by detonating gunpowder rather than surrendering. Despite the damage, the castle remained in use for another century before being abandoned after the Great Northern War. Initially constructed around 1213 to 1214 near a Wendish hill fort, the structure underwent significant expansion over time. It eventually evolved into a square-shaped Teutonic fortress, with 4 wings enclosing a central courtyard. Massive stone walls, towers, and outer baileys were added to increase defense and accommodate service buildings. The design reflected the Teutonic need for compact, fortified monasteries that were both functional and symbolic. The history of Riga Cathedral began in 1211, when it was founded by Bishop Albert, making it one of the oldest religious buildings in the Baltic region. Over the centuries, the cathedral has undergone many changes and restorations, reflecting a mix of Romanesque, Gothic, Baroque, and Art Nouveau styles. It is the largest medieval church in the Baltic states and a symbol of Riga's rich cultural heritage. One of its most famous features is the grand pipe organ, which was once the largest in the world during the 19th century. Today, concerts are regularly held here, attracting music lovers from all over the world. The cathedral also serves as the seat of the Archbishop of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Latvia. Its cloistered courtyard and surrounding gardens provide a peaceful retreat in the heart of the city. Inside, visitors can admire beautiful stained glass windows, medieval tombstones, and impressive wooden carvings. The cathedral is part of Riga's Old Town, which is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. History enthusiasts will appreciate the cathedral's museum, which tells the story of Christianity in Latvia. Tourists often find it useful to join guided tours that explain the details of the architecture and the significance of the artworks. The building also offers excellent acoustics, making it a popular venue for choral performances. The cathedral is easily accessible on foot from other major landmarks in Riga's historic center. Wandering through the cobblestone streets feels like stepping into a living storybook, where every corner has a tale to tell. The old town of Riga is the historic heart of Latvia's capital and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Its architecture is a fascinating blend of Gothic, Baroque, Renaissance, and Art Nouveau styles. The House of the Blackheads stands proudly on the town hall square, dazzling visitors with its ornate facade. St. Peter's Church, with its tall spire, offers breathtaking views over the city. Riga Cathedral, built in the early 13th century, showcases centuries of religious and cultural history. The Three Brothers, a row of medieval houses, reveal how local architecture evolved over time. Quaint cafes and restaurants line the narrow streets, inviting guests to taste traditional Latvian flavors. Street musicians often fill the air with lively tunes, adding charm to the atmosphere. Souvenir shops sell local crafts, amber jewelry, and hand-woven textiles. Freedom Monument stands nearby, symbolizing Latvia's resilience and independence. Guided tours help travelers uncover the myths and legends tied to the old town. Museums within the district preserve the artistic and historical treasures of the nation. Every season brings a different charm, from summer festivals to Christmas markets shimmering with lights. The House of the Blackheads is a building situated in the old town of Riga, Latvia, with the original structure erected in 1334. It was the biggest public building of Riga during its time. The building served as a meeting place, banquet hall, and social center for the Brotherhood of Blackheads, an exclusive guild composed primarily of unmarried German merchants. The young, unmarried merchants and foreign residents of Riga adopted Saint Maurice, a black Egyptian soldier martyr, as their patron saint. Initially, Saint George was the patron saint of the Brotherhood, but in 1416 they adopted Saint Maurice, whose symbol, the Moor's head, became part of their crest. This exclusive guild played a significant role in Riga's economic and political life. The building became famous for hosting elaborate banquets and social gatherings of the merchant elite. In 1941, shortly before the launch of Operation Barbarossa, the German army bombed the House of the Blackheads, and the building was severely damaged. When the Soviets took charge after the war, they demolished it in 1948. The building was fully rebuilt in 1999, meticulously recreating its original Gothic and Renaissance architectural splendor. The reconstructed building features an ornate facade with intricate decorative elements that showcase the wealth and prestige of the medieval merchant guild. The history of the Kemeri water tower began in 1929, when it was constructed as part of the Kemeri resort development in Latvia. Originally, the tower served an essential role in providing water for the spa town, which was famous for its mineral springs and healing mud. Built in red brick, the structure stands out with its simple yet elegant design. During the 20th century, it not only supplied water but also became a recognizable landmark of the area. After years of limited use, the tower underwent careful restoration to preserve its historical value. Today, it functions both as a heritage site and as a viewing platform. Visitors can climb to the top and enjoy panoramic views of Kemeri National Park. The surrounding landscapes include forests, wetlands, and the beautiful Great Kemeri Bog. The tower represents a link between Kemeri's past as a health resort and its present as a protected nature destination. If you're craving a glimpse into Latvia's medieval past, the castle of the Livonian Order in Sigulda is the perfect place to explore. Built in 1207 by the Livonian Brothers of the Sword, it once stood as a powerful fortress in the Gauja River Valley. The castle's thick stone walls and strategic location made it an important center of defense and authority. Over the centuries, it endured battles with Russians, Poles, and Swedes, which left it heavily damaged. By the 17th century, much of the castle had fallen into ruin, but its remains still reflect its former strength. Today, visitors can wander among the preserved walls and restored towers. Climbing to the top rewards guests with sweeping views of Gauja National Park. Concerts and cultural festivals are often hosted within the castle grounds. The site is easy to reach from Sigulda and is included in most regional tours. The castle was established in 1214 by command of Albert, the Archbishop of Riga, on the site formerly occupied by a wooden stronghold belonging to the Livonian chieftain Kaupo. This wooden fortress had been destroyed amid the conflicts of the Crusades. In 1214, in the name of Albert, Bishop of Riga, work was begun by Bishop Philip of Ratzeburg on a stone castle. It was called Friedland, but the new name was rarely used. The castle is set on an 80 meters high strip of land between two ravines at Gauja River. Turaida Castle is situated on a commanding high ridge, surrounded on three sides by steep slopes, ranging from 30 to 50 meters in height. The Gauja River loops around the ridge to the south, while access from the north is protected by a man-made moat. Until the end of the 16th century, it served as a residence of archbishops of Riga, who ruled these lands. Over the centuries, the castle had been rebuilt and improved until a fire damaged it in 1776, after which it was no longer inhabited. The castle consists of the main castle and two foreparts, with all these buildings stretched in length of 213 meters. Red brick was mainly used for the construction, with boulders used in the foundation. From 1976, regular archaeological excavations were carried out, which were followed by restoration and conservation works, revealing the castle's earlier state. Exhibitions about the history of the brick castle and the Gauja Livonians are available in the restored buildings. There is a marvelous view from its tower over the forested Gauja Valley. From the viewing place of the main tower, it is possible to see the unique landscape of the picturesque Gauja Valley and the territory of the Turaida Museum Reserve. Odziena Basilica is the major Roman Catholic shrine of Latvia, drawing pilgrims from across the nation and beyond. More than 300 years ago, Dominican monks discovered a curative spring in a spruce forest. They named the site Odziena from an old dialect word for spruce tree. The church and monastery were founded by the Dominican Fathers in 1700. The original wooden church and monastery were razed in the 1760s, and construction for a new church was begun in 1768. The current structure was completed in 1780 and consecrated in 1800. The basilica was built in the late Baroque style and is decorated with two 60-meter-high towers. Inside, there are cross vaults, arches, columns, and it is decorated with Rococo ornaments. The church kept the painting, sculpture, and art values, including the icon of Our Lady of Aglona's Miracle. In 1980, Basilica of the Assumption celebrated its 200th anniversary, and Pope John Paul II granted it the title of Minor Basilica. In September 1993, the same pope visited the basilica, marking a significant moment in the church's modern history. In preparation for the historic papal visit, a square was created in front of the basilica for processions and major church services, drawing large crowds of people. The basilica also has the distinction of being an international shrine, one of only about 100 inches the world. Pilgrims flock to Aglona on August 15th each year to celebrate the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary into heaven. Religious events are attended by around 300,000 pilgrims, making it one of the most significant religious gatherings in the Baltic region. Pilgrims have been making the journey for 200 years, continuing a tradition that connects generations of faithful worshippers. The medieval castle of Rauna is one of the largest and best preserved castle ruins in Latvia. It is located on a high slope in the center of Rauna, in the Cesis region. The first mention of Rauna Castle dates back to 1381, although historians agree that it may have been built here even earlier. Eighteenth-century sources mention the castle as being erected in 1262, following a proposal of Albert Sweerbeer, Archbishop of Riga. Rauna Castle was one of the major archbishop's residences since the end of the 13th century. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . The castle was built on a hill above the Rauna River valley, on the eastern side of its bed. In the 14th century, it consisted of a single rectangular courtyard, with 3 wings located along the internal facades of the walls. The biggest reconstructions occurred under the reign of Archbishop Jasper Lind. One of the new towers built was named Cesis Castle after the archbishop, and a small settlement developed around the castle, which later became the village of Rauna. The devastation of the castle started in 1556 with attacks by the Livonian Order. The worst damage to the castle occurred from 1657 to 58, during the Second Northern War between the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and the Swedish Empire. The castle was deserted after that and slowly turned to ruins. In 1683, the King of Sweden ordered the destruction of anything that resembled fortifications in the region. Now, you can climb the only restored tower with a beautiful view of the city from the top. The ruins stand as a powerful reminder of the architectural achievements and turbulent history of medieval Livonia. The construction of Plavenius Dam in 1965 flooded the river valleys, leaving the castle to uniquely stand on a peninsula, seeming as if rising out of water with its foundations underwater. Once upon a time, Koknese Castle stood majestically on a hill where the Persa River flows into the Daugava. Before the arrival of the Teutonic Knights, Koknese was the site of a wooden hill fort inhabited by the Balts. By 1209, Koknese had been taken over by the Order, whereupon Albert ordered the construction of a stone castle, where the Daugava meets the Persa River, to replace the wooden fortification of the Latvians. Bishop Albert of Riga ordered the construction of a stone castle at the site, naming it Koknhusen. Koknese is mentioned as a bailiwick at the end of the 13th century and maintained its status as the center of the bailiwick until the Coadjutors' War. The castle, originally built in the 13th century, served as a crucial stronghold for the Livonian Order, defending against invaders and playing a significant role in the region's history. The strategic location at the confluence of 2 rivers made Koknese an important defensive and administrative center throughout medieval times. The castle was abandoned after the bombing of the Western Towers in 1701, marking the end of its active military use. The impressive ruins have remained untouched since then, creating a haunting reminder of the castle's former glory. The Koknese Park was created in 1900 by the River Perce estuary in Daugava, transforming the area around the ruins into a scenic recreational space. The park features both local and foreign trees, as well as a wide variety of rare wildflowers. Today, Koknese medieval ruins host theatrical performances, giving the historic site contemporary cultural significance. The dramatic setting created by the water surrounding the ruins makes it one of the most photogenic castle sites in Latvia. St. Nicholas Naval Cathedral in Krimulda, Latvia, was built in the traditional 17th century Russian church style. Its central dome symbolizes Christ, while the four smaller domes represent the four evangelists, following the design of architect Vasily Kosyakov. The cathedral was intended to serve as the main church for the Russian Navy stationed in Krimulda. The cornerstone was laid in the presence of many dignitaries, including Tsar Nicholas II of Russia. Construction was completed in 1903, and the cathedral was consecrated and dedicated to St. Nicholas, the patron saint of sailors. During World War I, church items such as bells and icons were sent to Russia for safekeeping, while the remaining treasures were looted by German troops. After Latvia gained independence in 1918, the building was converted into a Lutheran church for the Latvian Navy. When the Soviet Union reoccupied Latvia in 1944, Krimulda became a restricted military zone. The cathedral was then transformed into a gym, cinema, and recreation hall known as the Red Corner, serving Soviet sailors and soldiers. What makes Krimulda Palace remarkable isn't just its architecture, but the layered history, spanning from medieval fortress to noble residence to modern healing center. The Krimulda Castle dates from the 14th century and was destroyed in a war in 1601. Krimulda Castle was built on the edge of a high bank on the right side of Gauja, near the Vikmeste Castle Mound and the village of Lives. This placement made it nearly impossible to conquer, as on one side it was protected by the steep valley wall of the Gauja River, while two additional sides were obstructed by natural defenses. In 1817, the Krimulda property was bought by Prince Johann Georg von Leven for 60,875 silver rubles, and his family lived here until 1921. The new manor building was constructed around 1822 in the style of classicism. Today, the Krimulda Rehabilitation Hospital is housed in the palace. Krimulda Manor is located near the territory of Gauja National Park, which is considered to be one of the most iconic natural parks in Latvia. What makes a city truly unforgettable for travelers seeking both history and modernity? Riga, the capital of Latvia, has a population of approximately 592,000 inhabitants as of 2025, making it the largest city in the Baltic states. The city covers an area of 125 square miles, with a population density of around 5,100 people per square mile. Riga occupies both banks of the Daugava River, located about 9 miles upstream from its mouth on the Gulf of Riga. The city emerged as a trading post in the late 12th century from an ancient settlement of the Livs and Kurs. Riga's medieval pedestrian-only Old Town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting visitors with its well-preserved historical architecture. The historic center features around 50 Art Nouveau buildings of high architectural value in the medieval part, and more than 300 inches, the rest of the historic center. In total, Riga has over 800 Art Nouveau buildings, representing one of the world's finest collections of this architectural style. Most of these Art Nouveau buildings were constructed between 1904 and 1914 during a period of rapid economic growth. The city serves as Latvia's political, economic, and cultural center, hosting government institutions, universities, and major businesses. Riga's strategic location has made it an important port and transportation hub connecting Eastern and Western Europe for centuries. The city offers visitors a unique blend of medieval charm, stunning early 20th century architecture, and modern urban amenities. Riga's cultural scene includes numerous museums, theaters, concert halls, and art galleries that showcase both traditional and contemporary works. The city's restaurant scene has flourished in recent years, offering everything from traditional Latvian cuisine to international dining options. Today, Riga continues to grow as a dynamic European capital that successfully balances preservation of its rich heritage with modern development and innovation. Nestled in the heart of Riga, the National Library of Latvia rises proudly along the banks of the Daugava River. Known as the Castle of Light, it is one of the most iconic modern buildings in the country. The design was created by Gunnar Burkerts, a Latvian-born architect celebrated for his bold and symbolic ideas. Construction started in 2008, and the library officially opened its doors in 2014. The same year, Riga was named European Capital of Culture. Its glass and steel facade reflects both sunlight and city lights, making it a striking landmark day and night. The shape of the building is inspired by Latvian folklore, particularly the tale of the Glass Mountain, where hidden wisdom awaits those who reach its peak. Inside, the library holds over 5 million items, including rare manuscripts, historic maps, and contemporary digital resources. The People's Bookshelf, filled with books donated by people from around the world, is one of its most cherished features. Visitors are welcomed into vast reading halls, designed to encourage both quiet study and creative thought. Cultural events, exhibitions, and performances take place regularly, turning the library into a vibrant meeting point for the community. Students and researchers benefit from advanced technology and open access to a wide range of knowledge. The upper floors provide breathtaking views of Old Riga and the flowing Daugava River. For Latvians, the library is more than a building. It is a symbol of resilience, independence, and national pride. Its opening marked an important milestone in the cultural life of the nation. Tourists are often drawn here not only for the books, but also for the architectural beauty and inspiring atmosphere. What a charming hidden gem Kuldiga is in the heart of Latvia's Kurzeme region. The town has a population of approximately 12,659 residents, making it one of Latvia's smaller but most picturesque urban settlements. Kuldiga's history dates back to 1263 when the castle and settlements were mentioned as the town Goldingen, with town rights based on Riga city rights. On April 28, 1355, the order's master Goswin von Heracke allocated new land areas and attributed a new privilege to the town, along with a coat of arms featuring the image of Saint Catherine. The town is famous for its picturesque old town with 17th to 18th century riverside buildings. Kuldiga is home to Venta Rapid, the widest waterfall in Europe at 249 meters across, which becomes as wide as 275 meters during spring floods. The height of the falls varies from 1.8 to 2.2 meters, depending on the level of water in the river. The town received UNESCO World Heritage recognition for its unique architectural heritage. The narrow cobbled streets of Kuldiga are charming year-round and are Latvians' own favorite local destination for a romantic getaway. As the town population today is similar to that before World War I, and the destruction witnessed was minuscule, nearly all buildings remain intact. The town features an impressive red brick bridge spanning the Venta River, adding to its romantic atmosphere. Visitors can witness the unique phenomenon of fish jumping over the waterfall during spring and autumn migrations. The surrounding Venta Valley Nature Reserve protects the waterfall and its natural environment. Kuldiga's well-preserved architecture and natural beauty make it an essential destination for anyone exploring Latvia's cultural heritage. Liepaja is situated on the coast of the Baltic Sea in the southwestern part of Latvia, occupying a strategic position that has defined its character for centuries. As the third largest city in Latvia, Liepaja has played a vital role in the nation's maritime history and economic development. First recorded in the mid-13th century as a small Kurish settlement, the area became the site of a fortress built by the Knights of the Teutonic Order. Liepaja enjoys a strategic position on the Baltic coast and remains ice-free throughout the year, making it an invaluable port for trade and military purposes. Originally a small fishing village, Liepaja grew into a significant port city due to its ice-free harbor. This natural advantage made it an important trading hub and military stronghold throughout the centuries. The city served as a major emigration point, with hundreds of thousands of people using its port to reach America, highlighting Liepaja's role as a gateway between Europe and the New World. During the Latvian War of Independence, the city served as the temporary capital of Latvia, demonstrating its political and strategic importance. Following independence, the city's population fluctuated as various ethnic groups returned to their newly independent homelands. The city experienced significant changes during the Soviet era, when it became an important military base. The ice-free port, situated between Liepaja Lake and the Baltic Sea, ensures cargo exchange between Eastern and Western Europe. The port facilities handle agricultural products, construction materials, and various other cargo types. The city's Korosta district, a former Russian naval base, remains one of the most unusual and historically significant areas in the Baltic region. In modern times, Liepaja plays a key role as both an economic and cultural center in western Latvia, and it continues to grow as a popular travel destination. As the capital of the United Duchy of Courland and Semigalia from the 16th to 18th centuries, Jelgava stands as one of Latvia's most historic cities. The city is situated on a fertile plain on the right bank of the river Liepaja. Jelgava's recorded history started in the 13th century with the Livonian Order's construction of a castle between two rivers for German knights. In the 16th century, Jelgava acquired the rights of the city and received its coat of arms. The city served as the capital of the rich Duchy of Courland and Semigalia, which was wealthy enough to partake in the colonization of the Americas. The Baroque Jelgava Palace is especially massive and impressive from the outside, with its grand facades and spacious courtyards capturing the attention of every visitor. It reflects the duchy's former power and prosperity, standing as a reminder of the influence once held by the Dukes of Courland. After Courland was absorbed by the Russian Empire, the palace served as a refuge for French royalty fleeing the French Revolution. Louis XVIII of France and his family lived in the palace, where Marie Thérèse of France married Louis Antoine, Duke of Angoulême. Since Duke Jacob's times, Jelgava was an important center for diplomacy that linked Western Europe and the Russian Empire in the east. Jelgava, before the Second World War, had regular, broad streets lined with the mansions of the Baltic German nobility. Jelgava is the largest city in the Semigalia region and is Latvia's fourth largest city. The historic old castle represents centuries of regional power and influence. The city's strategic location along the Liepaja River has maintained its importance for trade and transportation throughout the centuries. Once a strategic fortress city, known by many names, Daugava Pils is the second largest Latvian city, located on the banks of the river Daugava. The city has changed its name many times before becoming Daugava Pils. Daugava Pils, then called Dynaburg, was the capital of Polish Livonia while in the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Following the first partition of Poland, the city became part of the Russian Empire. The city, with Dynaburgas Castle at its center, was founded by the Livonian Order, but it had been ruled over by Poles, Swedes, Russians, and Germans. The first growth of Daugava Pils took place under the Russian imperial regime when the empire constructed a fortress here. The city was released from the Bolsheviks with the help of united forces of Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland, and it was renamed to Daugava Pils. Historically, Daugava Pils has been known to be a multicultural city, with diverse ethnic and religious communities contributing to its character. Before World War II, Daugava Pils was the center of a thriving Jewish community in the Latgale region and one of the most important centers of Jewish culture in Eastern Europe. In the post-war years, the construction of large factories developed in Daugava Pils, including the largest chemical industry company in Latvia. The city borders Lithuania and Belarus and is also only 120 kilometers away from the Russian border. The strategic position of Daugava Pils enhances its importance as a crossroads between Eastern and Western Europe. Daugava Pils is located on the eastern border of Latvia and is an important center of socio-economic development in the Baltics. The geographical location of the city is still the most significant development factor, as Daugava Pils is a large railway junction which promotes industrial development. Affectionately known as Milda, Riga's Freedom Monument towers above the city between Old and Central Riga. The female figure at the top of the Freedom Monument is called Milda because, according to the author, the model for the sculpture was a Lithuanian woman, Milda Jasikienė, who lived in Riga. Unveiled in 1935, this 42-meter granite, travertine, and copper monument is a central stage for Riga's public and official events. Paid for by public donations, the monument was designed and erected where a statue of Russian ruler Peter the Great once stood. The monument is made up of 56 sculptures, divided into 13 sculptural groups on 4 levels, which depict Latvian history and culture. Milda holds 3 gilded stars above her head, representing the 3 historical regions of Latvia: Kurzeme, Vidzeme, and Latgale. At the base of the monument, the motto, "For Fatherland and Freedom," is inscribed. The Freedom Monument honors soldiers who were killed during the Latvian War of Independence. Following the Soviet occupation of Latvia in 1940, the Freedom Monument was considered for demolition. It has witnessed countless historical events, from the declaration of Latvian independence to peaceful protests during the Soviet occupation. The Latvian Academy of Sciences in Riga is one of the city's most striking landmarks. Built between 1951 and 61, it is often referred to as Stalin's birthday cake because of its resemblance to Soviet skyscrapers in Moscow and Warsaw. The building rises to 108 meters, making it the first high-rise in Latvia and still one of the tallest structures in the country. Its architecture represents the socialist realism style, with decorative elements inspired by local Latvian motifs. Originally, it was intended to serve as a gift to Latvian farmers and workers, symbolizing Soviet power and progress. Today, the building has found new life as both an academic and cultural center. Visitors are particularly drawn to the 17th floor observation deck, which offers panoramic views of Riga's skyline, the Daugava River, and even the Gulf of Riga on clear days. The viewing platform is open to tourists for a small fee, making it an accessible attraction. Inside, the building hosts offices, research institutions, and event spaces. The building's central location makes it easy to visit while exploring the rest of Riga. For many visitors, climbing up to the observation deck is one of the highlights of their trip. The Latvian Academy of Sciences combines history, architecture, and modern use in a way that leaves a lasting impression on anyone who visits. The Mezopark's Great Stage in Riga is one of Latvia's most important cultural landmarks. It was originally built in 1955 and has since been renovated to host massive outdoor events. The stage is best known as the main venue for the Latvian Song and Dance Festival, which is recognized by UNESCO as a masterpiece of World Heritage. With a capacity of more than 20,000 performers, it is one of the largest choir stages in the world. Visitors are impressed by its unique architectural design, which was modernized in 2021. Beyond festivals, the stage also hosts concerts by international and local artists. Surrounded by the greenery of Mezoparks, it offers a beautiful setting for cultural experiences. Where the skyline of Riga meets modern innovation, the Z Towers rise as the tallest residential buildings in Latvia. Completed in 2019, these twin cylindrical skyscrapers reach a height of 123 meters. The towers contain luxurious apartments with panoramic views of the city, the Daugava River, and the Gulf of Riga. The design features sleek glass facades that shine against the city's historic backdrop. Visitors are often impressed by how the towers symbolize Latvia's economic growth and modern lifestyle. The location is convenient, only a short distance from Riga's old town and business districts. With their striking silhouette, the Z Towers are a testament to contemporary design, seamlessly weaving together luxury and functionality. They have become a powerful symbol of Riga's journey, mirroring its ascent as a vibrant and modern European hub. At the edge of the old town in Riga, the Vansu Bridge stretches proudly across the Daugava River. Completed in 1981, it quickly became one of the city's most recognizable landmarks. The bridge was designed as a cable-stayed structure, with a tall central pylon that supports the deck through steel cables. At 595 meters long, it was one of the largest cable-stayed bridges in Europe when it opened. Locals often call it the Shroud Bridge because of its fan-shaped design. The bridge serves as a vital connection between Riga's historic center and the neighborhoods on the left bank of the river. Thousands of cars cross it every day, making it an essential part of the city's infrastructure. Pedestrians and cyclists also use it to enjoy scenic views of the river and skyline. From the bridge, visitors can see landmarks such as Riga Castle, the National Library, and the spires of Old Riga. At night, its illuminated cables and pylon create a dramatic sight over the water. The Vansu Bridge has been featured in postcards, photographs, and even international car rallies. Over the years, it has also become a popular spot for extreme sports, with climbers occasionally scaling the pylon illegally. Renovations have kept the bridge in good condition, ensuring safety and function for decades. It symbolizes both Soviet-era engineering and Riga's modern identity. Did you know that the Southern Bridge in Riga is the most expensive bridge ever built in Latvia? Completed in 2008, it cost more than 570 million euros, making it one of the largest infrastructure projects in the country's history. The bridge was designed to ease traffic congestion in Riga by connecting the left and right banks of the Daugava River. Stretching nearly 803 meters, it provides a crucial link between the city center and the rapidly growing southern districts. Its modern design features wide lanes for vehicles, pedestrian paths, and cycle tracks. The Southern Bridge also plays a role in international traffic, linking Riga to major highways leading to Lithuania and Belarus. Tourists often admire its scale and sleek lines when crossing the river. Despite debates about its high cost, the bridge remains one of Riga's most important transport arteries. Standing at 368 meters tall, the Riga TV Tower is the tallest structure in the Baltic states. Completed in 1989, it is also one of the highest television towers in the European Union. The tower was built on Zakusala, an island in the middle of the Daugava River, giving it a dramatic location visible from all over Riga. Its unique three-legged design was inspired by modern Soviet engineering and remains a striking part of the city's skyline. The structure was built to withstand extreme conditions, including winds of up to 44 meters per second and earthquakes up to 7.5 on the Richter scale. At the time of its construction, it was expected to stand strong for at least 250 years. The tower serves as the main broadcasting center for television and radio across Latvia. Inside, visitors can find exhibitions about the history of broadcasting and the tower itself. One of the highlights is the observation deck, located 97 meters above ground, offering panoramic views of Riga and the surrounding countryside. On a clear day, visitors can see as far as 40 kilometers away. The tower's elevators are among the fastest in Latvia, taking guests to the top in less than a minute. Renovation projects are currently underway to modernize the facilities and improve the visitor experience. The tower is not only functional but also symbolic, representing Latvia's progress in technology. Photographers love capturing its silhouette against the sunset over the Daugava River. The Nativity of Christ Cathedral in Riga is the largest Orthodox cathedral in the Baltic states. It was built between 1876 and 84, during the time when Latvia was part of the Russian Empire. The cathedral was designed in the Neo-Byzantine style by architect Robert Flug and engineer Nikolai Chagin. Its golden domes and richly decorated exterior immediately draw attention in the Esplanade Park. The interior is equally breathtaking, filled with icons, mosaics, and detailed frescoes. The building was funded largely by donations, showing the importance of faith for the Orthodox community at the time. During World War I, the cathedral was converted into a Lutheran church by German forces. Later, under Soviet rule, it was transformed into a planetarium and cafe, losing its religious function. After Latvia regained independence in 1991, the cathedral was restored to its original purpose as an Orthodox place of worship. Today, it serves as the main cathedral for the Orthodox Church in Latvia. Services and ceremonies are held regularly, attracting both worshippers and curious visitors. Tourists are often impressed by the peaceful atmosphere inside, which contrasts with the busy streets outside. Information panels explain the history of the cathedral and its role in the city. Photography of the interior is usually restricted, preserving its sacred character. The cathedral's location in the heart of Riga makes it easy to visit along with nearby museums and landmarks. One of the most impressive sights in Riga is the railway bridge crossing the Daugava River. Built in 1914, it was the first permanent bridge in the city, designed specifically for trains. Its steel arches make it a distinctive landmark that blends engineering strength with elegance. During World War I and World War II, the bridge was heavily damaged, but later rebuilt to restore its vital role. Today, it continues to serve as a key transport link, carrying trains between Riga Central Station and destinations across Latvia. The total length of the bridge is more than 600 meters, making it an important part of the city's infrastructure. In addition to its practical function, the railway bridge has become a favorite spot for photographers. At night, it is illuminated with colorful LED lights that change according to special events and national holidays. The lighting display reflects beautifully on the river, creating a magical scene. Locals often gather along the embankment to enjoy the view of the glowing arches. The bridge is also visible from river cruises, offering a unique perspective of Riga's skyline. Its location makes it easy to spot when walking through the city center. Visitors appreciate how the bridge combines history, technology, and modern design. Informational plaques nearby provide context about its construction and importance. The railway bridge is more than just a way to cross the Daugava. It is a symbol of Riga's resilience. The planning of the town of Cesis began in the second half of the 13th century. A market square with a church was established at its center, forming the heart of the medieval settlement. The main residential area developed around the stone castle of the Livonian Order, which originally had 3 strong towers. The town was also protected by a dolomite stone wall, with 8 towers and 5 gates. Among the medieval structures that have survived are St. John's Church, built between 1281 and 84, and the ruins of the Livonian Order's castle and fortifications. Fragments of these ancient walls can still be seen on Valnu Street and Palasta Street. The old street network and medieval building plots have remained largely unchanged, even though many original structures were destroyed. In 1621, during the Polish-Swedish War, the town was captured by King Gustavus Adolphus of Sweden. Wandering the preserved streets of Cesis, past ancient churches and the evocative castle ruins, you can still feel the enduring spirit of its medieval past. Dikli Manor is mentioned in the annals of time as early as the 15th century, establishing its long-standing presence in the Vidzeme region. The earliest information about Dikli Manor dates back to 1456, when it was bought by its first documented owner. The current neo-Baroque building was built in 1896, under the supervision of its owner at the time, Baron Paul von Wolff. Dikli Palace is one of the most beautiful and noble manor houses in Latvia, distinguished by its architectural elegance. The manor includes a 20-hectare park that is home to around 20 exotic trees, such as the balsam fir and the Coast Douglas fir. There is a 4-star hotel in Dikli Manor, with late 19th century and early 20th century antique furniture, ornate fireplaces and stoves, beautiful drapes, and satin sheets. The palace underwent renovation that preserved its antique attributes from basement to attic, while modernizing its facilities. Step into the mysterious world of Birinu, a hidden remnant of the Cold War era on Latvia's western coast. Once a secret Soviet military town, Birinu was built to serve a powerful radio telescope complex used for space surveillance and intelligence gathering. The settlement was completely closed to civilians, and its existence did not appear on maps until after the Soviet Union collapsed. The centerpiece of the site is the RT-32 radio telescope, one of the largest of its kind in Northern Europe. Standing 32 meters high, it was originally used to intercept satellite communications. Today, it has been transformed into a modern scientific facility, operated by the Ventspils International Radio Astronomy Center. Visitors can explore the abandoned buildings that once housed Soviet military personnel and their families. Guided tours reveal underground tunnels, control rooms, and the history of secret operations. The site now serves both as a museum of technology and a symbol of Latvia's journey from secrecy to openness. Surrounded by pine forests and dunes, Birinu still carries an eerie but fascinating atmosphere. Scientists continue to use the telescope for astronomical research and space studies. For travelers, Visiting Irbene is like stepping into a forgotten chapter of Latvia's recent history. Birinu Palace is one of Latvia's most romantic neo-Gothic estates, located near Lake Birinu between Riga and Sigulda. It was built in the mid-19th century for the nobleman August von Pistolkors and designed by architect Friedrich Wilhelm Hess. The palace's pink facade, towers, and elegant staircases give it a fairy tale appearance. Surrounding it are landscaped gardens, terraces, and a large park that stretches down to the lake. During its history, the palace served both as a noble residence and later as a sanatorium. The interior still preserves original furniture, portraits, and decorative ceilings from the 19th century. Visitors can explore the halls, dine in the restaurant, or even stay overnight in one of the guest rooms. The lake offers opportunities for boating and romantic walks along the shore. In summer, Birinu Palace hosts weddings, concerts, and outdoor festivals. Its peaceful location and architectural charm make it a popular escape from city life. If you seek a town where three regions of Latvia converge, Tukums offers a unique geographical and cultural crossroads. The historical center of Tukums developed between trade routes, leading from the mouth of the Daugava River to Prussia. The city was first mentioned in historical sources in 1253. It is believed that the construction of the castle in Tukums started in 1277. Tukums received city rights in 1445, marking its official recognition as an urban center. It is located in the eastern part of the historical region of Courland, and with more than 16,000 inhabitants, Tukums is the 13th largest settlement in Latvia. It is also an important railroad junction, connecting the town with Riga, Jelgava, and Ventspils. Tukums is the birthplace of Latvian original literature, as the first original text in Latvian was written in Tukums by a local clergyman and poet named Kristofors Fierakers in the 17th century. While walking along the narrow cobbled streets, visitors can pay special attention to the old doors tailored by carpenters and blacksmiths. The town's strategic location made it significant throughout various historical periods. Today, Tukums serves as an important regional center with a rich cultural heritage. The town combines medieval architecture with industrial history and literary significance. Visitors can explore castle ruins, historic streets, and museums that tell the story of this crossroads community. Rising dramatically from the Vidzeme countryside, the neo-Gothic towers of Odziena Manor create a hauntingly beautiful silhouette against the sky. Odziena Manor's recorded history dates from 1455, establishing centuries of heritage at this location. The manor house was built in neo-Gothic style around 1860 in Vietalva parish, Aizkraukle municipality, in the Vidzeme region. In 1744, Russian Empress Elizaveta Petrovna bestowed Odziena Manor to her field marshal, Petr Shuvalov. He sold it a year later to Major Engelbrecht Wilhelm von Brimmer, beginning the von Brimmer family's long association with the estate. The present manor house was built in the mid-19th century by Rudolf Friedrich Adrian von Brimmer. It was one of the most impressive neo-Gothic buildings in Latvia. During the unrest of 1905, Latvian peasants rose up against the Baltic German nobility throughout the land. A horde of peasants converged on Odziena and stormed the castle, pillaging what they could take and torching the rest. It was heavily damaged by fire and only partially restored after it. In the 1920s, Odziena Manor was nationalized in accordance with the Latvian land reform of 1920. The building has been abandoned since 1960. This Latvian architectural gem has been brought back to life from the ruins through recent restoration efforts. Today, Bauska Castle stands on a picturesque spit of land where the Musa and Memele rivers converge to form the Liepaja. The complex comprises two castles, the crumbling ruins of the 15th century Livonian Order castle and the 16th century residence built for the Kettlers, Dukes of Courland and Semigalia. Construction started under the rule of the master of the Livonian Order, Heinrich Vinke von Overberg, in the mid-15th century. The oldest part is the only fortress of the Livonian Order built specifically for the use of firearms and artillery cannons, representing a significant advancement in military architecture. In ancient times, the hill was the site of a semi-Gallian fortress, indicating human settlement at this strategic location for millennia. The castle was intended to strengthen the Order's power over Semigalia, to protect the border with the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, and to control the trade route from Lithuania. The newest part, the residence of the Duke of Kurzeme, was built at the end of the 16th century. This residence-type castle was fortified with bastions, defensive walls, and earthen ramparts. The reconstruction of the more recently built part of the castle began in the 1970s, restoring portions of the ducal residence. Visitors can climb the central tower of the castle, 50 meters above sea level, to see the unique landscape of Zemgale, with the castle surrounded by the rivers. The castle now functions as a museum, showcasing military artifacts, construction materials, and household objects from various periods. The fortress walls and tower remain as testament to the castle's defensive purpose during tumultuous medieval times. Where windswept meadows meet the Baltic Sea, herds of semi-wild horses roam freely across Pape Nature Park. The Konik Polski, a breed related to the extinct European wild horse, was introduced in 1999 to restore natural landscapes and biodiversity. Lake Pape became the first place in Latvia to release these wild horses for meadow management. Small and strong, they have a dark stripe along their backs and dark manes and tails. The grazing area now covers more than 400 hectares on the eastern shore of the lake. Before agriculture, wild horses, bison and goats shaped Europe's ecosystems, and the Pate project revives that natural balance. Feeding on grass, reeds, and bark, the horses help preserve meadows and wetlands. They live outdoors year-round, adapting naturally to every season. Each spring brings new foals that strengthen the herd and continue the rewilding effort. Laconic horses are remarkably resilient, enduring harsh Baltic winters with thick coats. Visitors can watch them from viewing platforms and trails around the park. Their grazing prevents forest overgrowth and supports many other species. Seeing these free-roaming horses against the dunes and wetlands offers a rare glimpse of Europe's ancient wilderness. The Liepaja River flows entirely within Latvia through the central Latvian lowland, stretching 119 kilometers from its source to the Baltic Sea. Despite being only 119 kilometers long, the Liepaja has 250 tributaries, creating a beautiful network of waterways throughout the countryside. The Liepaja is navigable for 100 kilometers, the longest continuous range among Latvian rivers, making it perfect for boat trips and water activities. The river flows through several charming towns, including Bauska, Jelgava, and Jurmala, before reaching Riga, connecting historical cities with coastal resorts. The gentle current and calm waters make it ideal for kayaking, canoeing, and leisurely river cruises during summer months. Along its banks, you'll find peaceful spots for picnics, fishing, and simply enjoying the natural scenery. The river comes alive in spring when melting snow fills its channels, while summer brings locals and visitors to its shores for recreation. Talsi, nicknamed the Green Pearl of Courland, is a charming town of around 11,000 people, nestled in Latvia's scenic Kurzeme region. The town is characterized by its unique location among 9 hills and 2 lakes, creating a landscape unlike anywhere else in the country. Talsi was first mentioned as a village in 1231, giving it centuries of history to explore. The town's 19th century wooden architecture, cobbled streets, and white stone church create a storybook atmosphere. A great boardwalk promenade leads around Lake Talsu with a fountain in the middle, perfect for leisurely walks year-round. The hills offer wonderful vantage points where you can take in views of the lakes and historic buildings below. Local museums, housed in 19th century buildings, share the town's fascinating past with visitors. Comfortably reached via a 2-hour bus ride from Riga, Talsi's charms remain woefully undiscovered, making it ideal for travelers seeking authentic Latvian experiences. The peaceful atmosphere and natural beauty make Talsi a perfect escape from the busier tourist destinations. King Hill Sculpture Park is an open-air art space located near Talsi in western Latvia. It features dozens of sculptures created by Latvian and international artists during annual symposia. The park blends nature and creativity, with artworks placed among hills, forests, and meadows. Visitors can walk along scenic trails while discovering stone, wood, and metal sculptures that reflect themes of harmony and freedom. It's a peaceful place where art meets the Latvian landscape in perfect balance. There's something enchanting about discovering a fairy tale castle hidden in the Latvian countryside. Odziena Palace is a bright example of eclecticism that combines Gothic, Romanesque, Renaissance, and Art Nouveau styles. The palace was built between 1893 and 1896 for German Baron Adolf Gerhard von Wolff. Berlin architects Hans Griesbach and August Dinklage designed the project. Built by the wealthy von Wolff family, it followed the trend to copy German and British palace architecture, especially borrowing from Tudor style. Next to the palace lie the remains of an old bishop's castle, adding historical layers to the site. In 2002, a fire destroyed the roof of the palace, but restoration efforts have been ongoing. The palace was awarded the honorary title of a Dream Palace within the action Visit Castles and Palaces in Latvia. Despite its turbulent past, Cesis Palace continues to captivate visitors with its romantic architecture and picturesque setting in the heart of Vidzeme. Latvia is one of those places that surprises you the more you explore it. It's small, but every city, forest, and coastline has its own story to tell. You can walk through centuries of history in Riga in the morning, then watch the sunset over peaceful lakes by evening. The people here are proud, creative, and deeply rooted in their traditions. What makes Latvia special isn't just the castles or the nature. It's the feeling of calm and freedom you take away with you. It's a country that reminds you to slow down, breathe, and appreciate the moment. And once you've been here, a part of Latvia stays with you. No matter where you go next, you'll carry those quiet memories with you.